Hello. Alright, so I wanted to make sure I got a video out this week. This one is by subscriber request. Just gonna do a Let's Play walkthrough of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I'm not like supreme expert at this game, but good enough I can make it through without too many scars. So I'll start a new game. Sure, do it on normal and veteran, why not? So veteran adds the knockback functionality that we all treasure and love from the Castlevania series. The story is not too interesting, honestly. The guy's Zangetsu, and he's tired of this curse that was bestowed upon him, and he wants to get revenge. So there you go. So, Zangetsu's pretty basic. Instead of having a whip, he has a sword. But you can definitely tell the influence from Castlevania here. Not too much to say about Zangetsu, so I guess I'll just chat about some other shit in the meanwhile. Feel free to ask any questions, though. So this week, I was busy practicing for what's called the Big 20 Marathon, which is 20 NES games, a bunch of classics, all the Marios, a couple of the Mega Mans, Ninja Gaiden, things like that. And then I got sick, so I didn't end up performing in the event at all, which was pretty depressing. So anyways, let's get back to the game a little bit. There's a way I can boost up here. I didn't make the boost. So you can take the knockback to force yourself up in that corner, but it didn't work out. It's not really that important though. So I'll just go the original intended route. Otherwise, so this game has some replayability. You can go back with later on. You'll have all the characters started here, and then you can take different routes than you were allowed at the beginning of the game. Right now it's just going through everything. So there I would be able to slide under with a character you get later. So yep. Wait until there's actually something useful to talk about. So there's signs, they give you basics of the game, how to use sub-weapons. For the most part, if you know Castlevania and basic platforming, you should be okay here. So just be careful with your jumps, because you get locked in when you do them. I'll just take the hit, it's fine. Now let's go cruising on this train. So these chandeliers will be falling down, I'll just run by them. On a lot of these games, it's usually better, almost always, just to keep moving forward no matter what. Don't like turn around for enemies, just keep moving forward. I think there's a heart I can get in there, just for demonstration purposes. There's a heart, in case you need it. So up here is like the introduction of like, it is really good to use some of your sub-weapons. Well, that was terribly aimed, but you can use it to throw it down at enemies that are below you, which I'll do over here. Just makes easy work of them. Don't want that guy to push me off anything. Just turn around and smack him in the face. Alright. Almost at the first boss. Not sure if this is the best game for me to do like a walkthrough on, since I'm very well versed in these types of games. They give you plenty of time to react like that, so I just want to demonstrate, because I could have just killed him from above, but you can just wait for him to throw out the projectile, then jump over it. If you care at all about speed, you can always jump and slash so you don't lose any of your momentum. The first boss here, this molten train guy, I don't know what this abomination is, just like pulls in the rocks, and you need to go and smack him in that orange shielded face of his. So he pulls it in, just let it carry you through, smack him in the face for a little bit. He's going to pull it in closer, and I forgot to get out of the way. So you can use your sub-weapon there if you have the one that I have right now. You're going to do some damage. I'll throw some crap from the ceiling. Just roughly move a little bit back and forth. It doesn't take too much to dodge those. I'll just wait for him to pull me in again. Up, gotta be a little bit closer. Gotta back up a little bit. He's gonna pull me in again. So I'll just smack him in the face a few times. Oh, I'm out of sub-weapon power. Guess I'll just do it the old-fashioned way to go and finish him off here. Nothing too bad. Pull me in, guy. Come on. Oh. Alright, gotta waste a little more time just running along on the ground. I was trying to get a little bit greedy with a few more hits up front. But that's where that knockback effect makes it take a little while longer. I don't think the enemies have any more health in the veteran mode. I think it's just the knockback effect. Oh, you also don't have infinite lives in veteran mode. In the original, in casual difficulty, you have infinite lives. In this, you do not. However, you only lose a life if all of your characters are killed. Oh yeah, so at the end, they do like a desperation attack. Just throws fire. Just make sure you crouch behind this wall right in front of me, right here. Or just stand in front of it, that's all I really need to do. Time to get my first ally. And this is like my favorite ally by far. He jumps the highest and has the most range. Miriam. And this gives you a little tips on how to use her, like what her things do. Well, L and R switches between people. So you can use L and R to switch. Once you have more than one, L switches left, R switches right. So it just goes through her abilities. She has a slide, things like that. So I'll be using her a lot in the next stage. She just greatly simplifies a lot of sections. Frigid Hell. I really like what they did with the music in this game. It still has that great 8-bit feel, but this is definitely more music than would have been able to be contained in a Nintendo game. So that's what I really like about the modern retro remakes, is you don't get like the flickering issues from the hardware limitations, nor the strict color limitations either. They can cheat on it a little bit in the modern version of it, but still make it look pretty good. That said, I would not have minded like a 16-bit version of this game instead of like an 8-bit. Like, they had a perfect time to be able to do it in the sequel, but they didn't. So, now I have Miriam, so I can take this for a little shortcut. I don't have to go through that top section. I got the dagger, which is like the trollest weapon ever. Kind of like in Castlevania, when you have the holy water and you accidentally get the dagger. It's like, whoops. Now that I have Miriam, well, so this guy here like points like intended direction or a slightly easier one. She jumps higher, so she can make it. So if I was him, I would not be able to make it. So there we go, able to make it. Gonna run through some water. There's gonna be some guys in the water here. Just smack them in the face. Those pickups are for more weapon points. I'm already at max though. You can also slide here. So you can use those. So I really like how they let you use your different allies will excel in certain parts. These guys are going to come awake, just smack them in the face a few times. There's going to be some spirit guy coming after me in a moment. Yep, there he is. I'm just going to take the middle of the platform. There we go. It's just my like protective move, so even if they knock me back, I won't fall off the edge at least. I'm just going to take the hit, just to make sure I don't fall off the platform and die. Taking damage or dying, that's basically, yeah. Oh, that was really bad. I handled that terribly. Because the jumps do lock you in on the arc, you can't like control it in midair or anything like that. It's alright, there's plenty of hearts to get. There's gonna be some bats up here, and it does give you a weapon that makes pretty good use of them, like that. Over in the next section, you really just need to whip them. I just need to go and time it a little bit, wait for him to come down and smack him in the face. Otherwise, in veteran mode, the knockoff will just, if he runs into you, you will fall off the cliff and die. I think this gets me the scythe, yeah. Alright, let's just throw that at this guy. I really like how they place the sub-weapons in this game. Whoops. As I was just talking about that and not paying attention, I ran into that. Whoops. Oops. Well, first death there. Not really paying too much attention. Still recovering as well. Being sick, but it's fine. Yeah, these guys are really annoying without a sub-weapon. Alright. Well, I make it through there. Alright, made it through. I'll take it. Oh no, I don't have Miriam anymore. I could get an increased weapon maximum value there. Oh, then I'll just take a death and I'll restart this stage. Like I said, not an expert walkthrough by any means. Alright, let's get that scythe, and let's pay attention this time. Make it the easy way. One more. There we go. Much easier. So, yeah, I totally meant to do that. Just wanted to demonstrate how much easier it is if you have, like, the intended path through it, basically. Totally intentional. So you see my weapon value went up from a max of 20 to a max of 30. Wait for him to throw the projectiles, smack him in the face a few times. There's various unlockables in this game, and some of them require, like, Zangetsu only, which is just a swordsman, and you saw how difficult that was, getting through that section with just him. So, getting through the whole game with that is pretty brutal. Here comes an ice boss. Oh damn, I meant to have the axe here, but I don't. Oh well. Throws a little balls across. They always telegraph their moves quite a bit, so it's done pretty well. I was supposed to jump that, but whoops. I forget what to do here. I guess I'll just take damage. So it does follow a certain pattern, but I just haven't played this game in quite a while. Let's see. I guess I have lots of ninpo. There we go. I was gonna do a desperation attack. I'm just gonna see if I can make it go high. There we go. So wherever you end up when it's just about to dash across the screen is where it goes, so you just try to bait it out to go high and then you take low. Or if you have perfect timing, you can jump it right as it's coming crashing into you. I prefer to just try to bait it out. It doesn't do that, well it does a pretty good amount of damage I should say. It does like maybe 5 bars of health damage, which is like almost half. Alfred the Alchemist. This is your glass cannon guy. You don't ever want to use his melee attacks where he just like bashes people on the head with a cane. But his abilities are really strong. So you could read the signs for more on his abilities. There's not much to it though, just basically use him for his weapon powers. Like he has a fire shield that is incredibly useful. Probably show it off here in a moment. There. Oh, and every drop you get can only be acquired by the person that picked it up. In almost every case, so... Alright, so I guess here's a good place to go in. I could have just made use of the fire shield here and walked through these guys, which would have made that section a bit easier. Fine. They always try to encourage, it's like, oh, you got this new ally. You can also swap between other allies that you saw me do there at the end. So if you do that, I really don't want the dagger. So if you don't want it, you can just swap to someone that can't get that weapon, because everyone has their own individual items they can get. The dagger can only be gotten by Miriam, the lady with the whip there. Whoops, I thought I had Miriam. And I'm like drowsy from some cold medication I'm on right now. So excuse me as I start like tripping some balls in medication here. Not only have I been having some stomach issues, but also been dealing with the cold. Good times. Guess I'll take the high ground here. Always take the high ground, right? Learn from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, quicksand area. I don't remember what happens here, so I'll just get the fire shield and just jump across it. Easy mode it. So don't be afraid to just cheese out areas like this. Yep. Oh, those guys get bigger, that's right. Run, 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 run. Not taking the intended path anymore, but that's fine. Wait for him to shoot his arrows. Smack him in the face a few times. Money bags, whatever. Oops, I thought I had enough range. There we go. Ugh. Oh god, they don't turn around. Throw some daggers at that guy. Try to always look out for, like, when can I use my abilities? Alright, I'm going to use Alfred just to go and fire shield through this guy. He's going to fire an endless amount of shots otherwise, so this is the way to take that path. You always have to think, like, how can I get there? There you can't get except for another section where you come from above, and then you can go down the stairs. Or the next ally you get is Jebble, Gebble, Geeble, Gobble? I don't know. He's the vampire guy that flies around. Alright, screw that bat. I don't really like how Miriam's jump handles there. Because again, you cannot control in midair. I'm gonna try to take this section a little bit slow. There we go. That was a bad jump. Yep. I should have just smacked him when he came down at me. I was not thinking that through. Oh, whoops, I swapped out of the fire shield. Oh my god. Come down. Not like that, though. What an annoying guy to deal with. Alright. Ooh, that was close. I'm just gonna take this back. So, gotta go and swap up my strategies a bit here. I'm used to figuring this section out with Miriam, and I screwed that one up. Alright, I should have been able to make that jump, but being overly cautious at this point. Come down. There we go. That's all I needed to do was just wait for the bat to come down, but I just like freaked out earlier and was like trying to duck it. That's not how you do that. Debating if I should just kill off my characters here at a checkpoint just to get Miriam back. She's definitely my favorite of the crew. I'm pretty... damn. Get like a health upgrade too. Can I even go back? No, I can't. I'm gonna see if I could just take a game over so I can get Miriam back so I could slide in here. Get the health upgrade. And not. I really don't need any of these things. I'm just gonna run down all these stairs and ignore the Medusa head wannabe there. And it's boss time. This one pushes a whole bunch of gold coins across the sides. You just knock them down so you can create a little staircase to go up and smack her in the head. Her, him, they, I don't know. So, climb here. Few smacks in the face. And repeat. So it's gonna summon some enemies and things like that, but try to go and do as much damage as I can. And also will slam its fist down in the ground a little bit. Here we go. Another phase. So if you're really good and you make great use of your sub-weapons, you won't even face this section at all. Oh, that was bad. I meant to go and jump that. It's alright. No problem. Ah! I can't quite jump that high. I think that's doing damage too. I guess I could just chill over there and destroy those coins on the side too then. But either way, if you just like go at this pretty patiently, you really shouldn't have too much problems. Like, I'm definitely doing this very slow. The time to go and throw it on the fists, which will push some gold coins into like a wave formation. And I mistimed that, but you can do that. Let's see if I can jump that. Great. There we go, handling that. Alright. Ah, come on. I'm definitely doing this very, very, very slowly, but you get the idea. And that's all you really need to do. You don't need to have like perfect execution on this boss or anything like that. So it's going to do a desperation move here. You just stay somewhat towards the center and just gradually move side to side a little bit, dodge those coins. That's not bad. Does a little damage. It's nothing too bad. So you get your final ally here, the vampire. Gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. One of us. Gobble, gobble. I forget what movie that's from. Anyways, let's get our buddy here. What's up, man? Come join us. Gibble. So he has a few different things. Well, it's just how to switch between allies. Okay, we already know that stuff. Let's go through his abilities. So he throws out 3 bats. Great if you need to hit multiple things at once or hit things up in the air. Swap into a bat form, which lets you fly around. And you can also dash through enemies as the bat as well, which is great for acceleration. Life and blood, maybe it gives you points back as well. And you can also float upwards pretty quick. And you can get out of bat form. The same button that does attack also does his extra abilities while in bat form, basically. You can dash forward or dash up with it. I can do it right at the start here to skip a little bit of the section. But let me go and farm for a little heart there. There we go, bat form. And I'll go upwards and cancel bat form. See, his bat form is not the greatest for attacking straight up, but still does fine. And another thing that you can do, since he doesn't have any special weapons, just his bat form, is if you want to guarantee that all you get is either points or weapon power, is switch to Gebel. And you'll guarantee that that's all you get. So you don't have to worry about getting random like weapon pickups and stuff like that. All you really want is more weapon points, basically. Here's another nice little section where I really just want to get the fire shield back with Alfred there. Anyways, so here's another section where you can just deal with Mr. Gebel and bat form across it. You can also use him to go up here pretty quickly, but I don't have that many weapon points. I only have 5 right now, so I'll just do it the old way. These guys are like cowards. You walk up the stairs, and they're just like, nah, I don't really care about her and you anymore. They just walk away. Unlike the original Castlevanias, where they will just camp the top of the staircase and throw crap at you. These ones just sort of like walk away. They're like, that's fine. So you'll just pick up on some of that stuff as you play this game a little bit. Oh yeah, rat dude. Those are just money bags, so when your score gets to certain thresholds, you get a 1-up. But 1-up's not terribly useful in this game, so it's kind of weak reward. Unless you're going for like a high score run or something like that. Alright, doggo. Oh, it jumped it. What a jerk. Alright. I don't really like the weapon that Alfred has right now. Let's see if I can get the fire shield. Nope. I can freeze this guy, which lets me through it, I think. Yeah. Need to hurry up. Oof. Aw. Hit me in midair. I was hoping to get the power up first. So I need to take care of this jerk first. So I can do it from below. It's an easy way of doing it. Could really use health, but it's fine. 22 of 30 weapon, that's okay. Oh yeah, I wish I had the fire shield here if I remember right. Yeah. So you have to do this the exact same way if you remember that Castlevania 1 stage where they're dropping all these flea men at you. What's called in that game. Just wait for it to drop, walk up to it, and hit it. Just keep moving, and they drop behind you, just make sure you time it so it drops down, you turn around, you smack it. That's all, really. It's a little bit easier with the fire shield, just walking through it without any worry about that stuff. He doesn't have much health. I don't know why I switched to him. Did not think that through at all. It's fine. Guess I can bat form through this. Where's my health? So both of them need health. Need her to have it more though. Just him to smack this guy around a little bit. Alright, screw that section. Whoops, wrong button. So this just, I guess, pay attention to what I did. If you just want to be, if you have enough space, just use Gebel to go up. Alright, can get a little power up here. What do I want? Still want to get the fire shield again with Gebel, it just helps a lot. That was health. So this will give me another power up, so now I'm at 40. Here's the fire shield. Oh, it is the fire shield. Okay, cool. I was seeing if I could just use that there. That's not a big deal. Throw the dagger, I guess. I have plenty of weapon power, might as well. Just getting ready for him. Whoa, that doggo keeps getting me. Bad dog. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do against the dog. Just sort of runs and then jumps at you. Oh no, that was a heart! Oh, only I paid more attention there. Well, I have plenty of weapon power, I guess. I probably shouldn't be swapping to her too much right now. Just don't want to die with any of my peeps right now. Health? No. I think it's boss time. Yep, sure is. So this guy's, will be, or whatever this dragon thing, she, they, whatever this thing is, I guess, will be shooting some beams at me, and shooting some little balls of energy. It gives you plenty of time to react. Need to make sure that I'm actually paying attention though. So here we go. Oh, that one's pretty simple. Self-explanatory. You can hit those balls, but they just blow up at a different section, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, you see that little beam of fire coming from him, which means get out of the way. So if you hit those early, that's what that does. Oh. Okay, I guess you can't get too close to him there. I've never actually seen him do that before, so I guess I don't usually do that. Oh well. All my people have a good amount of health now. Full magic, weapon power, whatever. Alright, I just need to pay more attention to what I'm doing here. Keep sacrificing Miriam, but all your allies resurrect at the start of the next stage anyway, so it's not a big deal. Walk over, give this guy a little smack in the face. This time don't get eaten by him. Alright, can I get in a little more hits? Nope, can't. Alright, get out of the way. Not having Miriam there is kind of rough. You don't get the distance anymore. Ah, just run away, run away. So I'm gonna have to do this slow way, I guess. Okay, one down. Deal with the top part. I just remembered, I think you can cancel those balls, yeah. You can just cancel them if you get them early enough. That's right. That would have made this section a lot easier, right? Yeah, forgot that you can just do that. Alright, so phase 2. So there's going to be a whole bunch of the, I don't know, parts of his body at the bottom that'll be bouncing up and down. And he'll be firing a big beam out. So basically you just get out of the way when the beam comes out, and then hop back up as soon as you can. Don't be scared. Alright, he's showing he's going to do that. Fine. Once it's done, get up. So those would have hit me if I didn't get up pretty quickly. So, yep, just have to be patient and jump. It's not like super like time sensitive, just roughly. You see it end, you get up. plenty of time. Alright, I should get him maybe next time. There we go. Pretty easy. You just pay attention to the basics of the fight, and you realize you can destroy those orbs just by standing right next to him. It's a much easier way of handling him than to, like, hit it from a distance, run under again, a couple hits, run back. So, do as I did in the second attempt there. Alright, Miriam's back. On to the next stage. Oh, the last stage, right? Nah, of course not. Sort of go into like a Dr. Wily's castle or Dracula's castle type thing. I think there's like 3 more stages still. Alright, I'm just gonna fire shield these guys. I hate them. I guess I didn't even need to. Oh, and I just knock him off a pit. Good job. Alright. Pro at work here. Alright, I guess I can take this one a little bit slower then, right? You just kill him from a distance, it's pretty easy. Come on, let's just get rid of all of them, don't have to worry about them bopping me when I go up the staircase here. I have everything to... Yeah, I don't really need Gebel for any... I mean, Alfred. Alright, so these guys, it's not actually going to be a treasure chest, it's just, it's a trap. So just expect that, otherwise you can fall into a pit of doom, and doom and despair is bad, so no doom and despair, please. Alright, so... Gebel, Gebel, Gebel here. I could use Gebel to go through that section, but I guess I'll go this way. Kinda like the weapons I already have. I guess I can use him to try to get more weapon points. Because there I would have either gotten a new weapon or that, so I chose for that. More weapon points. If you're happy with your weapons, and you know it, clap your hands. Or, you know, swap to someone. So there, I just knew basically where the projectiles were going, so I just stayed in the corner. This one will shoot out a mace, and just wait for him to fire the mace. Come through it, try to do some damage. I did it pretty poorly, but either way, you got the idea. What was up here? More weapon points. I'm at 38 of 40, though. I'm being like overly cautious with my weapon points. I do not need to give him that. Any more health? Nope, just monies. Oh yeah, so this section has a mirror that comes out, and if you don't deal with it pretty quickly, it comes at you and tries to eat your member, and will just instant kill them, so yeah. I don't know if there's a way to actually dodge that part of it. Oh my god, I'm doing that terribly. Well, guess I get to find out, don't I? Well, that's one way to do it. Had to think on my feet. Alright, let's come back. One more. Well, I guess I found out a way to dodge it with Gebel. Didn't really want to showcase my person getting insta-gibbed. So either the mirror will come and like grab you and, I don't know, port your guy to the netherworld or something, you just die immediately. I didn't feel like dying. So, how about no? So I could swap to an ally and go through there, but that's alright. Actually, can I still? I was just remembering that section, I'm like, yeah, actually, maybe I will. Let's deal with these guys instead. Ah! Oof. Yeah, I have to be a little cognizant of knockback, so I'll just throw my sight at that one. This one also will do some knockback stuff, so let's see where his projectiles go. Does not go right in front of him, so I'll just wait 1, 2, 3, get down there. That one's gonna hop at me, that's fine. Oof. Not much health though. Oh yeah, these guys are great. So you can cancel their fire, or you can just pop them like that. And I do have Gebel. Well, let's just get our health back. Yep. So I think that extends your maximum health, which is great for Gebel. Someone please tell me how to pronounce his name. I have no idea. I keep saying Gebel. I feel like that is very wrong. That's just money. Yeah, it is. I have 7 lives. I do not need money. It's the first boss where you can get Alfred's special weapon in a section, but he's kind of dead, so guess we're not gonna. Oops. Not mean to use his special there. That's fine. Go up. Yeah, so see that green in the top center there? Top right, I guess? That's where you would be able to get a special power-up that only Alfred can actually pick up. Here. I can get a little more weapon. So there's an environmental hazard here. I'm not pressing anything, it just kind of pulls you to the right. Just to let you know that this boss here will be doing the same thing. Think of it like Storm Eagle in Mega Man X. So there's sections where wind just like shoves you around and fires this like tornado type thing at you. Just gonna throw some crap down, get rid of some of them, and then just duck. I didn't do too much damage to him, unfortunately. Oh. Alright, so that's not the best way of trying to do damage to him. Usually I just use Alfred's special weapon here. Just hoping to get more damage, but it's alright. Oh! That wind was just shoving me around. Whatever. Come on down. Ooh, did not expect that. Guy does that. Alright, so he swaps between a few different things there, apparently. It's alright. Just slow and steady here. Throw out the scythe. Oh, just didn't want to die there. You can also slide under it. Didn't get enough damage in. Oh. Yeah, get a couple hits. Jump, be able to do some damage in the air. That crap's gonna come down. I'm doing a terrible job of dodging those, by the way. I'm just gonna have to stay down. I can't really afford getting up there. Maybe do damage? Yep, a little damage. Alright, come on back. And just keep repeating and repeating. Take it slow. So he's gonna do his desperation attack. He does things in the middle and then the sides, I believe. Guess I'll find out. Try not to get knocked off the edge. Okay, alright. Yep, alright. So I did the sides, so I guess he just sort of targets you and then goes towards the sides. Thankfully I had enough health just to tank it, basically. It's a very poorly executed, but just showing that even on veteran mode, normal difficulty, you don't have to be perfect at this game by any means. Take your time and swap between allies if someone gets low and you should be fine. They're going further in the castle now. Pretty happy with everyone's current abilities, so... Alright, those things are pretty annoying, so I like to try to take them out as early as I can. Oh, that guy walked right into me. So the fire shield does carry over to your allies if you swap to it. You swap to an ally while using it. There's a power-up down there. Let's get some more of this. There we go. See, he can't collect it, only Alfred can collect it. So it's an extremely powerful special ability, which I'll probably be keeping for the rest of the game. Oh shit, I should have swapped to someone else. My bad. The health. Alright. Waiting for crap. Over it. Smack him around a bit. I don't really need to grind for that. 27 of weapon right now. Okay. Take him out. I'll just fly up here. Fix that. Oh, it had to be a heart. Why? Why you do that to me, game? It doesn't like give the heart to who needs it most or anything like that. You just need to be more cautious with this type of stuff. This you can break open with, I think, anything, but I'll just do it with Miriam anyways. This section's a little bit of a pain. Alright, that wasn't too bad. You just have to pay attention to where those are going. That's fine. On platforming, the basics of platforming, try to stay towards the middle when you get hit, for any game with a knockback effect, just so you might take damage instead of falling to your immediate death. Like these guys. So those guys, if you don't take care of them pretty quickly, they dash at you with their scissors. Here I'm just going to use that new ability that I got from, what's his name? Alfred. Climb some stairs. This section is, I'm just going to try to just keep moving right for the most part. Take care of paths in front of me if necessary, but otherwise just try to keep moving forward. That's the best way to get out of this area. Yeah, it's not too bad. If you're not like holding right, you're going to get some knockback issues and maybe fall into a pit. The new enemy here, I'll just pause briefly. So these will just jump in the air and land, and you just want to time it so as they're landing, you jump out of the way, like that. I don't even bother trying to kill them, it's just not worth the hassle, just wait for them to leap, and as they're about to fall, just jump out of the way. I'll just use the bat to get up here, get some more weapons back. Health? Health, please? No, no health. Have any way to really deal with those, sort of, and this will do it. That weapon is so overpowered. I don't think those ones can ever give health. I guess we can throw a scythe with her. Oh. Yeah, but did not do enough damage to kill it instantly and did not have much health with her. So sacrificing Miriam, as I usually do. I do not want to swap out of that weapon. Thank you. Alright. Oh, I was hoping I would be able to could use the fire shield, but I don't really want to. So I don't have a great way to get through that at the moment. You really just want the fire shield or take care of him from far away. And I had neither, so did not do any of those. Need to be careful here. I don't remember if those respawn or not. Guess we'll find out pretty soon, won't we? I don't usually go this way. Come here, cats. Okay, apparently these do keep respawning. Good to know. Alright. Just had to go through that carefully. Did not swap in time when I found a heart. I'm doing that quite a bit. Oh no. Take care of them from below. Alright, so the purple ones are never hearts. They're either weapon, they're usually sub-weapon switches, or if you're Gebel, then they're other things. I am more of these guys. But I didn't really have a great way to deal with them at the moment. So, whatever. I'm just going to take damage on these at the moment, because I don't really know another great way of handling them. You can probably just jump over it when he dashes at you, I guess. Oh yeah, this section is going to be a little painful without a Miriam for the range. You might recognize this from Castlevania, this section here. Medusa heads while this guy throws crap at you. But yeah, once you deal with him, it's not too bad. So the weapon I have now with him, it powers up the attacks. You see this little fire thing he's got around him. Just gonna chill here and grab some stuff. Let's see what I can get. One more thing. Hard. Sure. Ooh, barely made that jump. Alright, so on to the boss. So she spawns these umbrellas that you can stun in the air. And we're on kind of a blink on what else she does at the moment. She throws crap at you, and eventually you need to be on top of the umbrellas. But if you have Gebel, you can also just, get a whole bunch of damage in doing that. You can pause the umbrellas with that. Ooh, I don't want him to be taking this much damage, though. So see, she just threw some crap at the bottom there, but, whatever. I'm just going to make short work of her. She's going to go into her desperation mode, so I'm just going to pick someone with high health. I don't really remember what to do to avoid this right now. Yes, you have the next most health. So I'm going to come back one more time. I don't remember what to do for that desperation mode of her. Just swap to people with high amount with lighting up the umbrellas. But if you just did what I did with Alfred, it doesn't even matter. So don't be afraid to just cheese out sections like that. You have a lot of sub-weapon power, and you have his special ability. You're in really good shape. Alright, second to last stage. Frogs. Smack it, and there we go. We'll swap into Miriam just for the long-range attack there. I have these sections. Okay. See how well I can do on this stuff right now. Do I have any good weapons for this? I mean, I could do this, I guess. Should take care of at least one of them. Yeah, that was not terribly useful. That's okay. I'm not going to bother killing him if I don't need to. Section just looked a lot harder than it was. Duck those arrows. Whatever, run into those, it's fine. Ooh. I don't remember what that does. Or health? Shield? I don't really know what that does. It gives you like armor. So these books spawn a whole bunch of crap around them. Not too bad. Oh yeah, I can't hit the rat on the ground like that. Alright, let me just make sure I take this out before I go here. I have this section up here. So let's see, what do I want? I don't want our scythe anymore, but I don't want the dagger, so never mind. Alright, let's just use that. So if you didn't have Alfred's weapon, you can also get it there. I think there's also a spot at the end of the game where you get it. So it's in like every stage, just in case you swapped out of it. You might recognize this from like Mega Man type games. The disappearing platforms. But this one, it's like, if you miss, you just fall onto a ledge, it's fine. Yes, they do ramp up the difficulty a little bit later. Or if you have a lot of weapon points, just do this, of course. Just like, see ya! Kind of like using the jetpack in those sections in Mega Man. So that arrow guy is going to be a little pain in the butt. So I'll try to take care of this from a distance. Oops. Come on down, Froggy. Or Toad, whatever that is. So I don't have any weapon to really kill that guy. Alright, well, just kill some of these guys, I guess. Throw the axe. You can just duck it. You can also kill it with your own weapon. So you can get a better weapon. I don't really like the axe either. Alright, so the axe is very slow, but it does a lot of damage. Okay, platform stuff. Those fairies are just like bats in Castlevania, or like the birds in Ninja Gaiden. Just big pains in the butt. So I'm on like a little conveyor belt here, just I feel like playing while talking is difficult. I don't really want that at all. Alright, just that. Alright, so I usually go through with Gebel in this section, so without Gebel I'm like, this section's weird. I'm just gonna use up a lot of weapon power just to get through this. Didn't want to get hit by that, oh, it's coming back. Come at me. There we go. Oh my god. The recovery time on that whip is so slow. Well then. Let's see how I can do on this section this time. First time I'm really struggling in this game. Haven't played it in a bit, that's all. Should be able to figure it out again. Whoops. Need to duck on that one. The good old knockback effect. Alright, I'm just gonna take a death, get a game over, get all my allies back. I'll have 8 life still, so it's not a big deal. There you go, that's what it looks like if you kill all your allies. It starts you back at whatever the last checkpoint was, it's not too bad. Ah, he's so far away. Alright, use a little dagger on him. Hit him from above with Gebel. Ugh. I hit him there? Maybe a little bit closer. Yeah, there we go. That's an easy way to deal with him. Don't really have a good way to deal with him at the moment. Oh, but yeah, I can just do this, I guess. Oh, there we go. Had to walk into it. Going high, just duck it. Anything else? Guess the axe is fine. So I temporarily at least have the fire shield here. Let's get more. Ugh, did that work? Yeah, that was fine. Alright. Ah, so slow. Hey. Ooh. Oh. Man, the momentum on that area is kind of weird. Ooh, so slow. Back in the face. Ah. Alright. Just had to like focus on that section. Throw some fire at me. Got plenty of time to dodge it. Doesn't mean you always will, but take your time. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, more of this thing. See how well I deal with it here. I don't have any terribly great weapon for it, but whatever. Oof, I'm back. Alright, I do not have a great way to dodge this anymore. Yeah, so this is what happens if you get taken by it. It just sort of eats your character. So, yeah. I guess it just swoops down, like a circular pattern at the bottom. Oh, I guess I got another try at it. No sub-weapon power. Usually I would like having like Miriam's daggers here, or I would make good use of Gebel to take care of it. Moment, I don't have either of those. Let's see if I can just... There we go. Take some damage just to make sure I just kill it. Much better than having to deal with the possible instant death of him eating you there. I definitely will just be renaming this as a Let's Play instead of a walkthrough, based on how poorly I've been doing. And another little platforming area. Just fire shield through this. Just make it easy. Oh man, more axes? Come on. Although there is a useful part of it. Oh man, that is weird to time. You can use the axe to bust through that. I'll try it, just do it from above here. That wouldn't work. So I need to swap between Gebel and her to do it, apparently. But her axe can go through it, but you have to time the axe correctly. Yeah, that's fine. Pretty sure that's how that's supposed to work. Dagger's good. So this is going to be another little platforming section, which I'm just going to simplify by being Alfred here. Smack that in the face. If it's coming at the right angle at me, I can just do that, of course. That one I wasn't sure about, so being a little bit safe. Oh! Well, speaking of being safe, I was like, oh no, that's gonna scroll me off the edge of the screen. That would not be safe. Alright. Gotta do it the regular way at this point. Swap to him because of the, she jumps a little bit too far at that point, and I just, yeah, didn't want to die. Ooh, I thought I had that. Sure did not. Yeah, these later sections are where you'll definitely be feeling the pain from the knockback quite a bit more. Now I can't even make it up that way. Well then, time to see what's down this way. I don't know if I've taken this path before. Let's see how this path is. Because that path above there was pretty tricky. Alright, so I just have to pay attention here. I don't really need a 1-up, like, who cares? Those are fast platforms. But that was a much easier section. So if you want an easier section, just go down. Ignore the whole, like, thing that was pointing me the other way. Might have been health there, but I just wanted to make sure I made it to this point. Alright, well that was health. I think this is pretty close to the next boss anyways. Next boss isn't... Oh! The next boss isn't too bad. Almost just jumped off a cliff there. I was trying to just grab that. Jump the axe. Going high, just duck it. Easy. Otherwise you can time your slashes to deal with it. More disappearing platform stuff. And there's going to be fairies coming out to knock me back if I remember this section well. Like, I remember these sections a little bit better just because I definitely had to play these sections a little bit more on I did this last on veteran mode. Have a decent amount of time on those. Alright, let me just take care of this fairy first, then take the platforms. Take it easy. There we go. Platform and stuff, yeah. Throw your mace. I jumped way too early. I gained an extra life. So I would need to have Gebel or Miriam to be able to go in this upper section. Right now this would just give me a different weapon. I like never end up using this ability. It powers up all of your attacks, but I always just like forget to use it since it doesn't like outwardly do anything. Makes you do more damage. More platforming stuff here. Zangetsu only practice, right? Gotta cancel these fires. Take care of that fairy before it becomes a nuisance. Platform, please. Fire at me again. Okay. Oh, I didn't turn around and smack that in time. Really hard with only Zangetsu only. I have not tried that challenge yet. Fine, I'll continue where I left off, with everyone back. Get her a better sub-weapon than the dagger here. Life is fine. How far back did it send me? Not too far. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't push jump. Did not push it in time. Well, see you, Miriam. Alright. Back the old way. Take care of that fairy. Should have enough time before the fairy gets me here. Cancel out projectile, just stabbing at it. I'll just give this a second to come back, because I have plenty of time to get up these platforms again. There we go. No problem, had it the whole time. I just want more weapon power. Just dodge his mace. Guess I can see what's up this way. Whatever, let's just do that. Mighty familiar. That worked out perfectly. Almost looked like I intended to do that. The Medusa head came swinging at me there. No problem, we got this. I just want more weapon power at that point. So I think I'm at the boss now. Oh, not quite yet. Alright, so these guys will throw some hammers. Well, that worked out. Now, boss? So what does this boss do again? He needs help. Doesn't really matter what ability I have on this boss. You like throw some crap on the ground, you just get on the platform that's not marked, and you damaged him otherwise? I don't remember like anything terribly difficult about this guy. The platforms come up. Heavy hint, use the platforms. They're there for a reason, you know? Alright. Just wanted to make sure I didn't get bounced around by anything. So, gonna kill those things, then he targets that, just get out of the way. Gives you a nice telegraph that he's gonna use that ability, so do what you think you should do there, you know? Don't get hit by it. Guess I'll just use Gabble to do a little bit of damage there. Okay, you can kill those things too. Wait for him to finish that, and then get out of the way. Duck hit that again, do a bunch of damage, and he's done. Oh, he's going to do a desperation move, which is just going to go through like an X through here. Wait for that to be cancelled out. Jump out of the way. I got hit by it, did 4 damage, it didn't really matter. I think I did. I don't think I ever got hit except for that part in that boss, he's pretty easy. So, on to the final stage. Thanks for sticking with me this far. Let me know if you have any questions about what's going on here, or any tips on dealing with this game if you struggle with it. So, like I said, I've played tons of platforming, so I can get through this game without too much issue. Even then, like, you know, pretty rusty. So I had to continue a couple times, it's not a big deal. Oh yeah, so I'm kind of not explaining anything here. So this purple thing will, I think it just knocks you back or does a lot of damage, but either way, you do not want to get hit by it. So just focus on running the hell out of the way. Oh yeah, those guys. Not sure the best way to deal with them. Some of these, like, I never found out, like, the best way to deal with them. I just sort of run through them, take a little bit of damage, and it just didn't really matter. So up here, it gives you, like, a little hint. Like, you see those platforms, so just take that hint to mean, please go here, and you'll see why in just a second. There you go. You can also cancel it with the fire shield, which, unfortunately, I used too early. But you see how I just made it through all that. I've never tried going that way before. Just see what's over there. Whoa. Made it through. I could have given him the health. Oh well. Kill this guy first. Fire! 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 What do you guys think of Beavis and Butthead? A lot of their episodes were very much hit or miss. Like, some of them are, well, all of them are really dumb, but some of them are very dumb and funny, but others are just, like, really dumb. I love the riffing on the music videos. Those parts are always great. Oh, not paying attention. I was trying to remember what happened here. I'm just gonna kill Zangetsu at this point. I mean, he's like the least useful one of my people, and you just need to be holding right on this section, so let me just not focus on anything else, just move right. Just go fire shield through this section. Just keep going right. Don't do anything else. Actually, I can go to bat for him. Oh, no, never mind. I was seeing if I could go back to it right now, but nope, not at that point. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore this guy. Ooh, I didn't know he would shoot the beam like that. Only 3 health with Miriam right now. That's not good. I don't need that. I already have full. Need some health pickups. I always forgot what, like, the designator of the checkpoints. Oh, that was health. What the designator of the checkpoints are in this game. There's gonna be another section with purple crap, so just keep moving. Don't spend too much time getting those candles. It's a trap. It'll slow you down, so just keep going. Right, left, right, left, right, left. It's not bad as long as you don't pause for anything there. Maybe there's hearts over here? Sometimes you can do the Castlevania thing where you just hit the side of a wall somewhere. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some crap falling from the ceiling. Oh no, it's not. Not yet. I guess that still was okay. That worked out. Health, please? Nope, no health. Okay, this is the section I was thinking of. Where it's nice to have the little fire shield here. Whoops. Well, that just swapped me out of that. That's a problem. Guess he has the most health. I just had to tank the damage to get through that section. Alright, so this is right before the final boss. So, similar to the original Castlevania, there is a like hidden section before you face the final boss. So you might not recognize it here, but you can jump. So it's an invisible platform. So you would fall to your death if you do it the wrong way. You get all your health back here. Get some more magic, and then get Alfred's super weapon here. So I have full magic, I just don't have Zangetsu, which isn't a big deal. You just have to be aware that there is an invisible part, like maybe 2 or 3 little blocks wide, so just do a long jump there, just make sure you don't fall on it. Is there more health? Health, please. 1 up, who cares? No health. Alright. So final boss time. So just stay close to the boss. I'm just gonna summon this little shield of purple or green orbs. You can break through the orbs to do damage to him. Him, her, whatever this one is. And it'll summon those. I never really know the pattern that it does for that. Just, you know, take a guess. Swap between people if you need to. Well, usually I have someone else at this section. Like, I usually just take Zangetsu there for tanking some damage. Should be able to get enough damage to go to the next phase here. There we go, next phase. Or, spoiler, the last phase. Should be able to cheese this one pretty easily, since I have full weapon power, and Alfred with his special weapon. So as long as you remember that hidden pathway gives you health, power up, and Alfred's super weapon, this boss is not hard at all then. But I'll probably be able to show you all of its attacks anyways. So just wait for it to come back, jump, use the special weapon there, use it again. You can kill these with Devil pretty well, and I'll also give you more power-ups from doing it. Alright, just keep doing that one more time. And now swap. So you break these, so there's little eyeballs that appear. You can just break them. Oops. It's fine. Just do a whole bunch of damage here. There we go. So see, if you have Alfred's special weapon, it's nothing. So there you go. That is the end of the game. Well, pretty much. You'll see what happens. So spoiler here, if you didn't want to see the ending of the game, then this is not the video to watch. Look, Zangetsu runs in front of it. So Zangetsu was already cursed, and he just wanted to make sure he could protect his allies, you know? Like, oh, will there be a sequel? So I have beaten that last boss without doing Alfred's special attacks. It just takes a little bit more time. Like when it does that beam, I switch to Gebel, and I just take the bat form and just swipe back and forth across the air. Just to dodge its attack entirely. To be continued.